Welcome to an all-new episode of Looks and Wisdom Sundays with me, Oluchi B.
Without giving us this info.
Run, Josie. Beep, 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 beep.
Sinana Maki.
But before you can do it, what do you always say? Same thing. Whether by choice or not, you can decide. And that's what I'm challenging them. No.
Okay, cool. Hot. So tell me, what's the name of the podcast?
Looks and Wisdom.
Looks and Wisdom.
Yes.
You're in the brain.
Against the black movement. So being born during that time and then being born in Sandton in the suburbs, that is my reality. You know, and I grew up with a mother that was a single mother that had the money and still has the money. But there were certain gaps and cracks within growing up. You know, the times when my mother couldn't fetch me from certain things at school because she had to work, because she was late. She couldn't be two people at one time. And she took me to some of the best schools in that time, you know, Rivonia Primary, Bryanston High. So I cannot say I've had a struggled upbringing. And I think that also puts me in the position to say that it's not only money that raises children. Because I was raised in maybe not upper class money, rich, but we were middle class. She could afford having me and do it single-handedly.
You also say that you are the only child.
And I am the only child. So in that as well, my mother also decided one and done because of her experience. And I've had open conversations with her to ask her how it was. And growing up, I remember not necessarily knowing that having a father was abnormal or something, but seeing it, like on Father's Day at school, you have to make a arts and crafts and
Okay, so we are at SOWA, State of the Women Address. It's at the Perry House in Midrand. We are doing registration. The girls. Hello. The venue is absolutely gorgeous. The girlies are absolutely gorgeous. Everything is absolutely gorgeous, honey.
Concentrated in lower paying and informal sectors and jobs. Entrepreneurship. Africa leads the world in female entrepreneurship by
Good morning to all of you. But let me greet you up top. The manner that befits who I am and what I stand. In the rural communities, really given us so much food for thought, something to take home and something to think about. And I just want to say that I was raised by my daughter in fixing each other's around. She said, Mommy, I was going to another event, and she said, Mommy, you come
So we're still at the SOWA today. It's extremely hot and extremely packed inside. So I'm just listening inside over the speaker. So yeah, I can hear what's going on. I'll just take content inside.
And because we're in a networking space, so please introduce yourself. We have a company. Say what your company is, what do you do, and then you can ask a question. They never know. The next client, the next big client. What are you doing?
What does
So your
that
baby
mean?
will not cry. It means that it doesn't irritate their eyes.
Oh, okay.
Very gentle on your little one's skin. And you can also use it.
And where can we get the stuff?
Nieces and nephews.
And where can we get it?
You can get it on our Hermosa Floor website or at Main Lane Shopping Center. We have a store there.
Stuck in your phone, stuck in your phone. You don't ever know. I don't wanna give up. Baby, I just want you to know.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap for you. Hello, I just got here. Look who I bumped into, the Queen of Menopause.
Yes, redefining menopause Africa.
What time is your class, Boo? I'll see if I can squeeze
My
in.
class is around about 2. Yes. Actually, here it is.
Oh, okay, honey. Oh my God, I'm so happy I bumped into you. So I've just arrived at the UJ Women's Writers Festival. We are here for registration and agendas. How are you ladies? Hello. Thank you. I'm good. What do we have here?
We have a program and
Okay, cool. Thank you. We're about to get it in.
But it's also my favorite event because it takes place on a Sunday. I mean, what can go wrong on a Sunday morning, right? But let's not jinx it. It's a great throughout the entire day of us engaging and participating. The organizers did share with me that what they do want to do differently this year in particular is that there's more engagement and participation from you all. And so the sessions, that's why are tailored to master classes and to actually hear quite a bit from you. We're also a very inclusive space. And we allow all people and hope that, of course, all people will feel comfortable enough to engage and to contribute. Special greeting, of course, to Ambassador Barbara Masigala, as well as the team who are behind this convening. We also extend special greetings to the families and representatives of the women who we are honoring this year through this year's festival. Mam Brigelia Bam, who was here last night, Medjoy Soroke, who was also here last night, Mariam Abba, as well as Loretta Ngobo.
I wrote and read and felt that this is me, as raw as I can be, as authentic as I can be, and I don't think there's ever going to be a book that's going to describe me as that book.
Answer the poem.
Please.
Thank you. So this is Home Recipes, Appetizers and Snacks, Samosas. That's the title. Garam masala seasons the air and summons them from every room in the house, through the kitchen door, and at on to ritual in fragrant melody. A congregation of cumin, coriander, and bruised bay leaves around Grandma's table. The mortar and pestle of her voice grinds truth out of reluctant mouths and converts them in the gathering. Black cardamom seeds broken open by the press of laughter. Aunts, mothers, and daughters who smell of smoke and ghee. Grandma hums and hollows out slopes of all-purpose flour, compels them to fill it with confession. Bring the flour to the water, she says. This is how she taught them to make pastry for generations, quenching flour and salt with water, kneading as praying, knuckles kneeling in the dough. Granddaughters watch older women subdue their feelings with a rolling pin. Things that do not translate into another language when crossing seas into new countries. Repurpose strips of dough into bandages and seal the evidence with paste. Grandma folds the strips into triangles, hoarding mashed potatoes and peas, passing the soft pyramid to her like an heirloom. Between the two of them, the body of a samosa takes its shape. This is also how she stuffs her accent and her skin into an adopted language. Her mouth a lunchbox breathing masala into closed spaces. She has learned not to stomach our food in public. To do so is to air the pungent history which follows her out of the womb, through the kitchen door into a world where her vernacular is suspicious. It smells like another country, the locals say. Makes them ask where her family comes from originally. Force her to search farther back when she answers, here. She wants to unpack what burdens her, the questions she cannot put anywhere else, not even between her grandma's knuckles, arthritic with self-sacrifice. She wants to migrate their table, the chutney of voices and seething oil beyond the borders of the front gate into the street. She wants the women in her family to unmake the crisp of gold brown skin blistered by heat with their teeth in public, to expose vegetable entrails and tell their own fortune, to negotiate the names which they brought and the names they cook for themselves, urge them to improvise what no longer serves them, to guess at the size of a pinch, the depth of deep fried, the length of a strip, until masala lingers in the streets, on their fingers, in their breath. What the answer is. But I thought just in terms of the visual, how we watch older women in our families and how they translate into what we wish for ourselves and wish for them, and what they wish for themselves. Yeah.
For me, writing this book was about locating particularly Black women in a white evangelical setting in a different light. I think we hear, or within, when we think about literature or what's written out there, there's a lot of Christian books out there. Most of them are self-help, and they play into a capitalist system of prosperity, and in many ways. And I thought to locate the struggles of being, what it means, the struggles that Black women, particularly in South Africa, face, whether it's through the withholding of certain sexual reproductive health care, and how that is intricately related to spirituality, and that these things are not set apart from each other, and how the politics of what Sebenzile was talking about when she was talking about the right-wing upsurgence of the past few years or decade are personal as well. They are related to what we may think is not our spiritual journeys, and linking what is happening, that what we're seeing manifest now through the 8 cuts, through to Trump 2.0, with my personal journey in evangelical Christianity, my breakaway from evangelical Christianity, but also locating it within the threat it poses to our democracy, and how particularly for Black women and Black queer people, it's detrimental to our survival and the aspects of us having a substantive and prosperous, and really living in a world where we see the fruits of our democracy.
The home and a society to some degree still the same, where women are the caretakers of secrets, or caretakers of whatever happens in the home, you don't get to say anywhere else, right? And I grew up looking at my mom, women around my community community doing the very same thing. Whether you're being abused, you can't say publicly. Whether you're suffering from something, you can't tell anyone. And then I grew up and I was like, well, I'm not gonna do that. Definitely, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna speak my mind. I am going to write about it. So when I was diagnosed, with HIV and having to navigate that journey, firstly, just even the topic itself or just the diagnosis is something where you kind of not say, because it's not only about you, it's about, your community, it's about your family, what are people going to say? And also more so, when I was diagnosed for a long time, it used to be my then partner and I that knew about the diagnosis. And the more I kept quiet, the more I kind of felt like I continuously given power over my story, where at any given time, he can literally go anywhere publicly and tell my story. The fact that, by the way, as you see her, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when I started writing and I started talking about it, and it was my way of regaining my power and hopefully setting other women free as well, that you do not have to keep quiet at all, because you don't win either way. You keep quiet, you don't win, and even if you talk about it, you may be afraid that what people are going to say. I'll rather talk, I'll rather write than do that. So I think it was just rewriting, all of that. It was breaking the cycle. Now it was not easy because I'm doing something that's really not used to, that's not publicly accepted. But I'm happy that I did it, because I know I helped a lot of women. I really helped a lot of women set free.
Oh my God. Girl, you gonna be on my vlog, honey. Hello, Queen. How are you? So we are doing 104, how to write a memorable memoir. Dr. Lindy. Okay.
Community, I'm thinking also of how can we use this space to change the things that maybe consistently the sacrifice in my life. So yeah, that's why I'm here.
I like that community book club is anchored by a community in order to run.
So that is one of my missions as I do the work that I do, to make sure that people, like even our first floor queen, they are prepared enough in time so that they are not surprised when this phase of life happens. And also that they can look at lifestyle choices in good enough time, because also I'm not talking about the importance of lifestyle choices from a young age. Whether the food we eat, we normally eat for enjoyment more than for nutrition.
For this wonderful festival, I guess. All I'm saying is that I made my dinner. I don't want to talk.
we speak. It's the interference.
Put it on the jacket frame.
Like here.
Yeah, because I when I was watching Mama Tina on the Jennifer Hudson show, the queen was like,
I was like, girl, you're interfering with the sound.
that's true. So there is like racial undertones and racial connotations to the baby mama culture. The second thing I wanted to speak about, because we see this a lot when it comes to Rihanna, because Rihanna is a baby mama, and she says she is a baby mama. People don't go around throwing baby mama to Rihanna as a slur, as opposed to someone who has less money, Rihanna being a billionaire. So is there again the same thing where it's a slur towards people who have less money, but then it's more praised for people who have money, as in the case like for the Rihanna example. Okay, so we are at APK, University of Johannesburg, at the Student Expo. We are showcasing as Oluchi B, aka the illicit party dolls. It's so busy today, I'm so happy. But we still didn't get our gazebo. It's only getting delivered today. But we are pushing and faking it through with our banners. How are you doing? Here's T working harder than before. There's my trusted slave working harder than before. How you doing, T?
You can finish in an hour. It's very short.
Yeah.
Very short chapter. Basically, questions asking about
It's the children for me. I love the kids. We had to refill the snacks. It's 1 o'clock. Our stand has been packed since we got here. I didn't even get to do my makeup. I'm just so grateful to God because I know this is important. With my trusted slave.
Okay, hold on. Can I?
So I just want to say thank you to the guys who subscribed to my YouTube channel. It is Operation Takeover McG and the biggest podcast in South Africa. So we're going to be announcing 3 winners. 3, 2, 1. The last person to be announced gets the biggest prize. So number 3, Utokolo Maisela. Number 3.
Who's that?
Ken Sani Mleyani. say loca. I'll see you guys at my stand just now. I'll see you guys at my stand. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so much for being here, ladies and gentlemen. You have chosen the US.
Thank you guys for coming. Thank you.
So we are done at UJ. We are done. Ah, today was a successful day. I don't even want to lie, honey.
Like more than 200.
What? Are you insane? Thank you, UJ. Thank you to the masses. It's a luchi. Have no fear, honey. None of my business is doing so well. Other people are selling to other people about my book. That's what we want. This is what a wrap looks like. So goodbye, UJ. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The show is starting in less than 25 minutes. But hi, you guys. Ow. So it's full, guys, for Tems Gay. We are her.
You are so beautiful.
Thanks. You're always gonna be heckled, gay in Mzansi. We don't even know where we're going. We're under bridges. We might die. Okay, we are at the FNB. It's a stampede as per usual. Stampede. You only know other bad day. How you want on my birthday?
You could have sold it after, ne? So same price.
Chicken mustard.
Show it, friends.
Return it, Tems.
Can you go again? I love it here. Okay. 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 Hello.
She's giving Beyonce.
I wrote this song to all the independent women.
Hey!
Any independent women in the house tonight?
No! I'm very independent. up setting up. Here's my trusted slave Takashi with our prop. How you doing, slave?
I'm good.
We are here at the Constitutional Hill for the Human Rights Festival. We are selling Ample Weed per usual because it's our pride. And here's the other stall people.
It also shows, you know how sometimes when we go to these things, sometimes you feel like, especially if you didn't celebrate, you feel like, it wasn't, like we feel like it failed. But I think instead, you must be happy for the one who get this.
Exactly.
You never know who's listening to you. I know with me. I went to this other event and I didn't see anything. I was so sad. But after I was like, no, I gained networks.
Exactly.
So sometimes you must look at it like that.
There is a gap when it comes to mental health literacy.
Yes.
We don't have the words to use. Instead, we say we are flying.
Exactly.
Or you're crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know the word for anxiety in my own language.
Me too.
So for me, for us to destigmatize, we can't destigmatize what we don't know and what we don't understand, what we can't put into words. And I'm hoping through the children's book, we'll start having the conversations early.
Yes, yes.
So that our kids grow up with the emotional resilience, especially with what they are exposed to now, the digital world, everywhere. We need to make sure that our kids have the emotional resilience and also they're able to articulate their feelings. Our generation were told,
exactly.
you can't complain. Like, what are you talking about? The world is very different for our kids.
Exactly.
We had to create space where they can talk about their feelings, whether it's anxiety or whether they're feeling depressed.
How are you? I'm good. I'm vlogging, guys. Sorry, I'm a vlogger.
So, peer-to-peer youth mentorship is a book co-authored by Elaine and students. So we just write quotes about some wrote about how they challenges they faced and solutions. Some wrote about their varsity experiences, which we are still in varsity. So it's just us mentoring the other people. Us saying that doesn't matter what is the that you've been through in life, you can still make it. Your dreams are more great than your situations.
Okay, and how much is the book?
It's 299.
And also, one thing I would like to add on, most of the chapters here speak about conversations that are not had in like African communities. Like I speak, for instances, about parentification. She speaks about losing parents and all of that, the effect that it has on us. Some of the things that are overlooked in African communities. Like for instance, the death of a parent. The child is often accepted to move on from the situation without anything being done about it. Like for instance, dealing with mental health in an African household as well. That's I wouldn't say our main focus, but then it's also something that we touch on. So it's mostly Black conversations, and it's not just a book for the youth. It's a book for parents. It's a book for anybody who's around children, aunt, uncle, anyone. You can get the book.
Oh, good. Okay, I'm gonna get the book.
Thank you.
Okay, Cloud Mashiho. Okay.
Go all the way around so we can show the whole thing.
This is 350, so it's cheaper to buy it from
I don't see you guys about
governance about but I do touch on
elements of love. Right? So the themes are existentialism, African spirituality, and a guy that's in love with a...
Why are you giving us like sparse information? Are you picking up anything about what this book is about?
How is it so far?
It's nice. I wish I had money to buy all the books.
Hello.
Masana, let's go. This was to scale us up. From organizations in terms of supporting the LGBT community. And now with the Trump coming in with all these ending of diversity and inclusion, it makes me wonder, is South Africa going to go that route? Because we have seen like an active dwindling in terms of the support from LGBT people from the corporate side. So I'm hoping that we get to answer those questions today. What is happening? What's South African stance on diversity and inclusion? Because I am a product of diversity and inclusion as a previously disadvantaged person. It helped me get a foot in corporate. So I think this Human Rights Week will answer that. And most importantly, if we're going to take away people's rights, what is there going to be there for us to do?
Absolutely. Wow, I love it. Powerful. Thank you. Now I understand why you're an author.
We don't know what the F is going on.
For the children. So I think we should just go outside.
Okay, that's good. Today it's busy as hell. I know you always find the camera like Beyonce. And the book folks are over there.
Today? Yeah. Oh, but I'm just reading. Yeah, this weekend.
I love reading.
I love your shoes. What the hell? Those your dogs?
Thank you.
They're so cute.
I don't know if I was right by now. You know, I don't know what people want to be called.
What they want to be called. I think so long as it's coming from a place of love, she'll appreciate anything.
Actually, I call people blue in like my life, like so I never have to use them.
That's a good thing. But some people you take it so fast.
Exactly.
So like I realize some people are so like they're not healed, so anything you say to them, even if it's coming from a place of love, they see it as like an insult.
Exactly.
So it's like it's hard.
Everybody knows I call them blue. If you don't
Me, I stick to traditional respect classifications. You are mommy, baba, uncle, malume, ausi. There's no confusion.
Yeah, all right, Mrs. M. I have no choice.
Nice one.
Okay. Very important, very important. I've actually just been talking now. I'm changing my whole talk.
We are with.
I love this. I like Vanya's phone. How much is this? So this one is 1,000. Okay, honey, we're gonna go over Are you guys still at Nelson Mandela Square?
No, we are in constitutional studio.
Oh, is that what she was saying? Oh, okay. All right, honey, I'll be right there.
So November, October, we'll already send the call out so that you join us next year. I thank you for your patience, for your calm spirits, for your good intentions. And I hope Utiko and say up on the Tata. So I want provision over your businesses, I want provision over your hustles, and one day, because you came and joined us for this cause.
take each other. This one.
Okay. Okay, honey, okay.
Why can't she accept her fate? Why can't she be like other kids? And I remember what she said, that even if they had to eat marene every day, but she's going to make sure that I stay at school. And that's what she did. And I remember one time, she ate my mom. She took loan from my children. So I went home, and she was not that person, like she was very gentle. So we went home, and we were passing the streets. So she wanted us to go the other streets. I couldn't understand why, because it was like a long way. Then she had to explain, oh, no, like so Nahile loaned from there, so she had not paid. But she did it for me, so that I can stay at school. Guys, the person that I am today is because of the sacrifices she made. She had me when she was young. My dad was not part of our lives. He was a teacher, he did well. She dropped out of school. She was a domestic worker, but she made sure that. And I've always been that child who spoke too much, but somehow she created that environment for me that allowed me to ask questions, to talk, to pursue things that didn't make sense. My dreams did not make sense, guys.
It's alright. That's all, folks. Here are my favorite looks from this month. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends to tell their friends.